Good morning, ladies. Happy Mother's Day, or almost Mother's Day for you that are still pregnant. Today I'm going to pre-record this prenatal practice so you can enjoy any time that you have time. So enjoy your families today and happy Mother's Day. I hope you enjoy this practice. So for the playlist, if you would like to follow along, it's under Melanie Park Yoga and it's Prenatal Take a Seat, and I can send it in the link. Today's practice, you'll need a blanket, a bolster, something you can use as a strap, something that is at least shoulder width distance apart or more, and a block, a book, something you can use to elevate the ground to you. So let's go ahead and take a seat. Take your time, elevate those hips so the knees can relax down, in any seated position that's comfortable for your body today, whether that is taking the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana or crossing the legs, easy seat Sukhasana. So go ahead and find your beginning seat. And you have arrived. Welcome to your mat space. I'm so glad you're here today to take care of yourself and your body and your mind and create a healthier vessel for your baby to grow. So let's go ahead, take the hands to the knees, soften the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. I know sometimes that's hard. And let it go through the mouth. Two more like that to begin together. Nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. One more. Inhale, fill it to the top. And exhale, let it go. Today's prenatal breath practice will be rose petal breath because I think it is the sweetest breath practice when you're pregnant. It's something that you can take into the labor room and beyond just to calm the anxiety and nerves and stay really connected to that power within you. So if and when you're ready, you can take the hands to that womb space that the baby is growing. Soften the shoulders down and away from the ears. And maybe take your chin slightly towards your chest. Notice what you're doing with your jaw. Can you unclench or unhinge that jaw, creating space between the back molars? Take your tongue and lick your lips, and then place that imaginary rose petal right between the lips. Hold it ever so softly. And imagine that breath begins in your root, in that root chakra, that pelvic bowl. Feel the breath rise up, fill the belly and the lungs. And as you exhale, allow it to softly flutter through the lips. Inhale, feel the breath rise up. Exhale through the mouth softly, allow that rose petal to flutter. Inhale, rise up with the breath. Exhale, let it go. Send rose petals all over the room. As you inhale, fill the belly, the chest, the side ribs with breath. And exhale, the breath returns back down to the ground as the belly hugs in towards your baby. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. At the very end of the exhale, draw that low belly in to hug your baby, sending a little love and gratitude for this vessel. 5 more breaths on your own. Keep the jaw soft. Lightly hold that rose petal as you flutter roses all over the room. Notice as you're sitting here breathing and connecting to that breath that the hips are soft, the jaw is soft, and if the knees are riding up, make sure you're supporting them. A few more breaths here, my friends. This last breath we'll take together. Inhale, fill the belly, the side ribs, the chest up with breath. A slight pause at the top. Slowest, deepest breath out. Beautiful. You can keep your eyes closed or slowly flutter them open, taking the gaze down and out a few feet. If you're going to start your playlist, you're welcome to start that music now. The very first song is called XX Intro. Go ahead and begin that. Take the hands to the knees. Draw that chest up, shoulders up, down, and back. Right ear towards the right shoulder, chin to chest as you exhale. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder, and chin to chest, exhale. So find this movement side to side, stopping anywhere along the way that you feel needs a little extra attention today. A few more side to side movements. Soften the arms and the shoulders down away from the ears. And the next time the right ear is towards the right shoulder, pause there. Right hand plants to the right side of your mat. Left hand plants to the right side of your mat. Really, left side of your mat. Reach those fingertips down and away from the shoulders. Either stay here or take the right hand to the left side of your head. It gives just a little extra pressure so you can feel the stretch from behind the left ear all the way out through the left shoulder. A few breaths here, releasing any tightness or tension. One more breath. Keep the position of the head, just release the right hand down. Take the gaze down and then up. So keeping that neck position, we're just going to work through all the little areas of the neck, releasing tension. A few more cycles of looking down and up, nice and slow with the right ear towards the right shoulder. And look forward, take a breath and bring the head back to neutral. Shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and back. So some shoulder circles between sides, up, back, and down. Fill that breath, move through the lungs and expand through the ribs. Shoulders are over hips, we're not slouching here. One more big circle. Fingertips plant towards the mat. Take the chin towards the chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Stay here, or the left hand comes to the right side of the head, gently applying pressure down so you can feel a little more sensation and stretch from behind the right ear all the way out through the right shoulder. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. One more breath. Release the hand down and then gaze down and gaze up. So that left ear is still trying to go towards the left shoulder, but we're just taking different movement with that gaze to work all those little muscles that work so hard to hold your head up all day. A few more rounds here. And look forward, take the head upright, draw the shoulders up towards the ears and forward. So shoulder rolls forward, finding space across the back body here. Really open through that chest, open through the back space of the heart. One more big shrug up and forward. And let that go. Interlace the hands, flip the palms forward, draw the chin to the chest. 2 more breaths. Really reach those palms forward, stretching through the arms. The next inhale, keep that interlace, just take the arms to the sky. Inhale here, exhale forward. Let the breath go. Inhale up, maybe gaze up, exhale forward. Inhale, we come up, gaze up, exhale forward. Inhale, we reach up, keep the interlace of the hands. Exhale, tap the head, elbows out to the sides. Inhale, reach it up, keep that interlace, exhale, tap. Draw the low belly in, full exhales, full inhales. Feel the side ribs expand with that breath as you inhale up. One more tap down. Reach it up. Part the arms, reach out to the sides, flip the palms to the sky and tap the shoulders. So bringing a little heat into that upper body, and as we layer on this movement, notice what's going on with the breath. Notice the parts and pieces of your bodies. Are they clenching? Can you relax all the areas of the hips, the ankles, feel the connection of your body with the ground. We're still keeping a nice tall spine by drawing the crown of the head up towards the ceiling as we bring a little heat into the shoulders. Nice full breath in and out. I know this is super uncomfortable, but you have to build a little strength in the upper body because you're going to be carrying your baby everywhere. One more in, and then we'll take those elbows forward, palms up forward. Maybe you can find a slight rock in the upper body. 2 more here, and then we're going to take it up, my friends. Pause here, extend it up to the sky, really reach and tap down. So thumbs touch the shoulders, the hands are really spreading and active as we reach. I know those shoulders are probably starting to heat up just a little bit. We will stretch them out, I promise. But we're going to take all 3 positions first. So 2 more taps up and down. Pause here. Take them out to the sides and in. Forward and in. Up and in. We just have 4 more. You can do it. I know you can. You guys are so strong. 3 more. Intentional movement here, like you're moving through molasses or moving through honey. I'll say 1 more here. 1 more round. And we'll end with the palms out to the sides here. So thumbs down and up. Thumbs down and up. Down and up. So it's called these yes nos. So anytime you need to create a little space around you, these are great exercises to do. Bringing in a little positivity with a thumbs up and say no to anything that doesn't serve you on your mat today. So maybe softly close those eyes and get rid of those negative thoughts, anything that you just need to get rid of today. And I know those shoulders are heating up. We just have another 3 thumbs up and 3 thumbs down. You got it. This is our last round. Palms face up and eagle arms here. Interlace those arms, bind them up. If this is uncomfortable, you can take palms and forearms together. We're just stretching through the back sides of the shoulders. One more breath. Release that, arms out, and then left underneath the right. 3 big breaths. Finding space across the back sides of the shoulders. Find a little deeper breath here. One more. Release the arms out to the sides and right arm crosses over the left. Allow that left shoulder to release down and away. Maybe even give that right shoulder a little self-massage. One more breath. Reach the arms out, lift through the chest, and left arm crosses over the right. Self-massage that left shoulder. One more breath. Reach the arms out, interlace that palms behind that low back. Draw the fists towards the ground as you lift through the chest. You'll feel a nice stretch in the shoulders. 2 more big breaths here. Press those palms down together and the fingertips down. One more breath. Release that. Shake out those wrists. Interlace the palms again, and we'll do figure 8s with those wrists before we go to hands and knees. I know sometimes those wrists can get really, really achy. You're more prone to having swelling in the joints as you carry extra fluid in pregnancy. So giving your wrists a little love, giving them a little movement is a good idea. Not just to stretch one side of the wrist, but both sides. So I'll give you different options throughout the practice to release this area. One more big breath. And come center. We're going to come to hands and knees. So lift up, take your knees behind you, underneath the hips. You can take the bolster out to the side. The blocks can go out in front of you if you have them. And hands and knees position. Really spread through those palms, press down into the earth. And we're not allowing the belly to hammock here, but draw the low belly in to hug your baby. The gaze is down. Take a big breath here. Press into the ground. And then exhale, dome around the spine for cat pose. What would traditionally be cow pose, we are not allowing the belly to hammock, but yet finding length in the spine by drawing the crown of the head forward, lifting the chest slightly forward, hugging your baby in, and then exhale, dome around. Inhale, extended cow pose. Exhale, cat. Find that strong, long spine in your cow pose. Hug the low belly in. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale through center. Take the toes to touch, knees out wide, and come back to child's pose. Now I understand child's pose is not comfortable for everyone, so if this is not a restful position for you, maybe come up to the forearms, interlace the palms, and take less of a compression on the knees, hips, and ankles here. For some of you that Extended child pose by really reaching the arms forward, setting the hips back. It's a beautiful way to release the low back. You can either take a block underneath the forehead, or if the forehead comes all the way down, maybe rock it side to side here. So from child's pose, walk both hands over to the right side of your mat. Draw the left hip back. 3 breaths here. Breathe a little space into the left side body. You'll feel those ribs really stretch and expand with the inhales. One more big breath. Walk through center over to the left side of your mat. One more breath, stretching into that right side body. Walk through center. If you have your forearms to the mat, take your hands to the mat. Gaze forward, take an inhale here, release that pelvic floor, and exhale forward. Inhale, dome it around the spine to sit all the way back. Release the pelvic floor, exhale forward. A few more here, just connecting to that sense of releasing the pelvic floor as you go down and back. Finding that strong breath, letting that energy go and that heat go as you come forward. Exhale, strong arms. Dome around the spine, sit all the way back. The next time we're going to change it up. You can stay with what we were doing, or come up to the forearms, gaze forward, press into those strong arms, draw and lift the chest up. The feet press together. Dome around the spine to come back. Inhale, release the pelvic floor. Exhale to forearms, gaze forward, press into the hands, lift through the chest. So it's almost like we're crawling under this fence and then lifting our heart space to the sky. 2 more here. This will be our last one with whatever variation you took. Round back to that child's pose. Take a deep breath and come up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes here. Walk the hands back to meet your body. So we're going to come upright into this high goddess pose. So this is a pretty intense stretch for the toes and for the arches. I'm going to give you a view from the side. So from the side, it looks like this. If this is too intense, maybe just come all the way down, stay half the way or all the way with us. But this is really, really good for the toes, the arches, even tight areas in the calves. So from here, interlace those hands, take the elbows out to the sides as we do wrist tick-tocks, releasing those wrists before we do a little more hands and knees movement. Those shoulders are right over the hips. You still have that full bottom belly breath. That breath is what keeps you connected. Your breath will become your power as you labor and you give birth. Breath is that life force within us. One more tick-tock here. Release the hands, crawl forward, release those toes, and then just like a little 4-year-old kid, you're going to tap those toes because I know some of you might have some tingly sensation there. Couple more taps. Come to neutral here. So shoulders over wrists, Hips over the knees, release the feet, extend the right leg back. Tuck those toes, rock forward and back here. So it's almost like we're in this half plank pose. So the arms are super strong, pressing the ground away. Your breath is still flowing free as that spine is nice and long, drawing the crown of the head forward and the heel presses back. The next time the shoulders are over the wrist, pause there. Back foot spins flat. This left leg is going to come out like a kickstand as you take the right arm to the sky. Right arm extends forward, palm faces down. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sweep the right hand towards the mat. Circle it up and around as you inhale. Forward and down as you exhale. So all we're doing is expanding the chest, finding some movement in that upper arm as we rotate the chest forward and then down. Those legs are still super strong. One more big circle. The arm's going to reach to the sky here, all the way forward. Take your gaze down, and then see if you can elevate that right leg away from the mat. We're here for 3. You got it. Keep pressing that foot towards the back edge of your mat. We're here for 2. And 1. Right foot comes down, right hand comes down to the earth as we come to hands and knees. We're going to do big body circles here before coming to the other side. So we're circling the shoulders forward and back and the hips back and forward. Reverse those circles, those big body circles. This is just working into the joints a different way. This is really, really good to get out some of that energy, find some movement. This is even great as a low back release. This will be our last big circle. Shoulders come over wrists. That tabletop pose. Extend the left leg back, tuck the toes as we move forward and back here. So inhale, crown of the head draws forward, exhale, heels draws back. So we're just tick-tocking forward and back, working into the calf, the Achilles, finding strength in our arms and the rest of our body as we find a little movement in that left ankle. The next time the shoulders are over the wrist, pause there. That left foot spins flat. The right shin comes out like a kickstand. Left arm to the sky here. Gaze can be down or forward, whatever that neck allows and your balance allows. Left arm reaches forward. Press through that back foot. Find that strength. Take an inhale here. Exhale, sweep the left fingertips down towards the mat, all the way up. So nice big circles. You're going to find a lot of stretch through those top ribs as you inhale and reach forward. And make sure that right shoulder is not riding up towards your right ear. But find strength by pressing the ground away with that right hand. Really finding space and reach to that top arm. We have 2 more big circles here. You can do it. And the next time the arm is reaching to the sky, let's pause there. Gaze down, reach the arm forward, and lift the left leg away from the ground. We have 3 big breaths here. We're here for 3. Find strength by engaging that leg quite a bit, flexing through the left foot. We're here for 2. 1 more breath. Left foot down, left hand down. And then we're going to find child's pose. Toes come together. And we're going to find a restful child's pose. So take your bolster out in front of you or your pillow. Take your block or book underneath it. And forehead will come to the bolster. So a little bit different angle in this child's pose. If your neck allows, you can take the right or left cheek to the bolster. Make sure that the bolster is far enough forward that you're creating space for your belly between your thighs. Three to four more breaths here. One more big deep breath into the back body. Let it go. Press into the hands, walk them back towards the body. Remove the bolster, take that block or book forward. If you like the blanket for your knees, I would suggest putting it across the back third of your mat. Walk forward here. Hands to the block. Take a big breath to prepare. We move on the exhale, step the right foot forward. Take another big breath. Press into the right foot and step the left foot forward. Block comes forward so that when you press into the block, the shoulders are over the wrists, the spine is nice and long, and the feet are to the outer edges of the mat here. So we're going to take our forward fold here first before we find any movement. If this is enough for you, stay. You can soften those knees and allow the belly to come between the thighs. Grab opposite elbows here, or you can keep connected to that block. Perhaps sway side to side, allowing the elbows to drape towards the right and left. No need to have the head reach up and look forward, but relax it down. So the crown of the head draws down towards the mat. The gaze can be back, or your eyes can even be closed here. One more big breath. Let's come through center, release the arms. Take the hands to the block once more, so shoulders over those wrists. If you have two blocks, use both blocks. Hands to those blocks. So on the inhale, let's lift those heels away from the mat. As you exhale, heels down, toes out. Inhale, come all the way into that yogi squat with the hands connected to the blocks. Exhale, press through the feet, straighten and lift the pelvis up to straight legs. Toes turn forward. So as we move through this, if those turning the toes out hurts your pelvic bone, keep the toes forward. I don't want to create any more pubic pressure here. This is just to work through the joints and bring a little blood flow into the hips, into the pelvis, into those legs. So inhale down, open through that pelvic floor. Exhale, lift through the pelvic floor to straighten the legs. Squats are so good to start softening the pelvic floor, but also to bring strength to the glutes. That's your push and power. Use that breath connection. We have 2 more rounds. So the inhale's down, exhale to straighten the legs, turn the toes forward, lift the heels. Exhale, heels down, toes out. Inhale, we come down. Exhale to straighten. This is the last time here. Lift the heels up, heels down, toes out, squat down, pause here. So either take an active malasana or take a block or 2 underneath the sit bones. Either way here. So your choice, your practice. I am not there to see you, so you take whatever position that is accessible to you today, and that might be very different from yesterday or tomorrow. Hands press heart center, or hands can stay on the blocks for stability. We're here for 2 to 3 more breaths. Now, if you are in your 3rd trimester and the baby is not head down, you don't want to encourage a breech baby to engage in the pelvis here. So this is something that you will not do if you're late in 3rd trimester. We want to encourage that head to go down, not the booty. So this does help with engagement of that head into the pelvis, but do not do it if the head's not down. 1 more breath. Release the hands to the blocks, straighten the legs with the exhale. Toes forward. Release the hands, and we're gonna ragdoll all the way up to standing. Keep some softness in those knees as we roll all the way up. I'm gonna take a step back here. So from here, feet are hip width distance apart. Sweep the arms to the sky. Part the arms, right hand will come down. Left arm reaches to the right side. Excuse that pause there. So we're just doing a nice big side stretch. We're here for 3. Press through the feet as you reach through the arm, palm faces down. We're here for 2. 1 more breath. Exhale to come up. Inhale here, and exhale over towards the left. We're here for 3, stretching and reaching, finding space across the right side body. We're here for 2. 1 more big breath. Reach both arms to the sky. Look up, find the press down through the feet as you lift and reach up through those arms. Exhale, hands, heart center. From here, bend the knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up. Sweep the arms out and up as we come into Utkatasana. Chair pose, exhale, stand all the way up, hands, heart center. We have a few more of these, so find that nice big circle in the arms as we did in those side poses as we bend the knees. So you can bend those knees to any amount to find your chair pose. If taking the arms up overhead hurts the low back, keep the hands heart center the entire time. So you're going to have to be doing this a lot to pick up your baby, to pick up toys, things on the ground. So these squats are really good for you, even though they're really uncomfortable. We have 2 more here. We're going to take it a little bit different. From here, right foot steps behind the left, curtsy squat, that lunge. Exhale, stand up, take the hands back, lift through the chest. Inhale, curtsy squat to the right. Exhale, stand up, take those hands back, lift through the chest, nice strong legs. Inhale, over to the left and center. Inhale, over to the right. Exhale through center. You might be finding that you have a little heat here. Find that squeeze in the inner thighs to support you. So the feet are faced forward that whole time. Even the toes that are coming behind you. We have 2 more on each side. You can stick with me. You can stop at any time. So getting those adductors and those abductors. This is the last round. Press it out, lift. And pause here. Turn the palms forward, lift through the chest, press down through the feet. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands, heart center. Soft knees here. Sweep the arms up and dive to the blocks as you exhale. Take the blocks back, step the feet back so you're on your mat. Press into the blocks, halfway lift, so Ardha Uttanasana. Nice long spine, draw that low belly in. Step the left foot back here. From here, back foot spins flat. We're gonna open up into warrior two. So the back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat, or the toes are turned in just slightly as the right toes face forward. Arms can reach out. If those arms are tired, they can always come to that heart space. We're gonna find a little movement here in the right leg. So hands to hips, the gaze is forward, lift through the chest, and then exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, we come to warrior two. So we're just straightening and rebending that right leg. Find strength and press through the back leg. Nice deep breath. And you can turn on that pelvic abdominal breath at any time. So we find an inhale and exhale as we lift. One more round. Come forward, reach the arms forward in the warrior two, lift to the chest. Inhale, let's reverse our warrior up and back. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the blocks or your block. Back toes face forward now into this runner's lunge. Take a big breath here. Left foot comes forward on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to blocks. Exhale, fold in, ragdoll all the way to standing. Sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands, heart center. Sweep the arms out and up. Soften the knees, dive to the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back here. Back foot spins flat as we open up into warrior two. Now check and assess the feet on this side. That right leg is really strong and engaged. That back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat. Our toes are turned in slightly. Really press through the outer edge of that back foot as we take a nice deep bend in that front knee. So if this hurts the pelvis, take a narrow stance with the feet. Arms reach out here. If the arms are tired, you're welcome to take them to the hips as we bend and straighten that front knee. Several times, just finding movement here. The inhale, the knees bent, release through the pelvic floor. Exhale, we straighten that leg, lift through the pelvic floor, draw the low belly in. So it's nice, slow, intentional movement with your breath. Maybe finding that pelvic abdominal lift on the exhale. The release is with the warrior two. Exhale, we lift. A few more rounds here. That breath can create a lot of heat within the body. The next time the left knee is bent, pause there. Reach the arms away from your heart center. Gaze is forward. Nice, strong warrior mama. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, hands down to the blocks. Take a big breath here to prepare. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, we find that halfway lift. Exhale, release, roll to stand. Sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Release the arms, sweep them out and up as you inhale. Soften the knees, dive to the toes as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the left foot back, spin it flat. Open up into your warrior two. This time we find a little more movement with the upper body. So inhale here. Exhale, straighten hands to the low belly, to your baby. Maybe even gaze down. Inhale, warrior two, gaze forward. Exhale, arms reach overhead, touch. Find strength through your legs. So inhale's a warrior two. Exhale, hands to baby. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, straighten and reach. This will be our last round. Inhale, we're warrior two. Exhale, straighten and reach. Keep the legs, just part the arms. Inhale, reverse triangle here. Stay for an extra breath. reach that right arm all the way forward and right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up to the sky. We're going to wrap that top arm behind us to support our low back. If you need a little more belly support, hand can come to low belly. Gaze is down. You can use that block if it's accessible to you. So the legs are nice and strong, pressing the ground away. Find length through both side bodies. We have 2 more breaths here in our triangle pose. 1 more big breath. Gaze down. Reach the left arm to the sky. Rebend that right foot. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands to blocks. Back foot on toes. Take a big breath here to prepare. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Inhale, we find that halfway lift. Exhale, keep the hands connected to the blocks as you step the right foot back. Right foot spins flat. We open into that warrior 2, finding movement in the lower body and the upper body now, connecting. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten the leg, hands to baby. Inhale, return to warrior 2. Exhale, reach and touch. Warrior 2 is the inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, hands to baby. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten and reach. We have 1 more round. Find that inner moment of strength. The next time the arms are reaching overhead, the leg is straight, pause here. Reach the arms out. Reverse your triangle. Take an extra breath here. Left arm reaches forward, gaze forward. Keep finding that length on the left side body. Left arm down, right arm reaches to the sky. Find that space first by stacking the shoulders, and then right arm behind your back to open through the chest and shoulder, or right hand to the low belly to support baby. If the block is accessible to you, you can take it underneath that left hand. As we take 3 more breaths. We're here for 2. 1 more big breath. Gaze down, right arm to the sky. Rebend that left leg, coming into warrior 2. Find that fierce mama warrior pose. And exhale, hands down to blocks, back foot on toes. Take a big breath here. And step it all the way forward. Take the feet, mats with distance apart. Bend the knees, send the hips back, arms out to the sides. Reach them forward, exhale, stand all the way up, hands to baby. Bend the knees, send the hips back, reach the arms out. Exhale, forward, stand all the way up. So these big sweeping movements with your arms as you take that sumo squat in the legs, gathering all your mama strength. Big inhales, release the pelvic floor. Exhale, press down to the ground to help lift that pelvic floor and straighten the legs. 2 more big sweeping movements. Use that breath. The next time the hips send back, the arms reach out. Pause there. Hands down to the blocks, knees down to the earth. Cross the legs and sit the butt through. Turning the corner here. You should be all the way towards the end of the playlist, and it should be on repose. Extend those legs forward. We're going to take the block between the thighs here. Bolster will come to the belly and then support there. So we're going to take a forward fold here. If you know that this is enough, you do not have to forward fold here. You may even need to turn the block sideways. So option before we forward fold is to take the strap to the feet. And just draw the toes back and keep an uplifted fold. If you know those hamstrings and calf muscles are super tight, you're welcome to keep upright or begin to cinch down on that strap, taking more of an active forward fold. If you want to relax in and you have the length in the hamstrings, begin to walk the hands forward to that bolster, allowing the sit bones to root down into the ground as you find a little length through your spine before you forward fold. With the legs separated a little bit, it gives space for baby, so we don't want to congest the blood flow to your stomach or your pelvis here. And find the breath in the back body. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here. We're here for 3 to 4 more breaths. Soften the shoulders. Those feet can take an active stance or you can release and relax them down. So if you're wanting more of a stretch, you can draw the heels forward, toes come back towards your body. One more breath. Press into the hands, come all the way upright. Release the block. I'm going to change my position on my mat so you can see me a little better. So left leg out, right toes are going to come to the left inner thigh here. And we're going to take an open twist. So right hand back, left hand to the left inner thigh. We're going to twist towards the right. That right shoulder draws back, and if the gaze allows, you can even look all the way back to the wall behind you. So an open twist. We'll find one more breath here. Return to center, extend the right leg forward. Left leg draws in, left foot to the right inner thigh. Ground through those sit bones. You can rock side to side so you really feel the rooting down to allow the spine to rise up. Find strength through the spine here. Right hand to the right inner knee and open to the left, taking the left fingertips behind you. Soften the outer left thigh here. A few more breaths. One more breath. Slowly unwind. Extend both legs forward here. Give a little self-love to those legs. So take the hands to the outer thighs. Release your hands, coming into Baddha Konasana. If the knees are all the way up here in the air, use blocks to support the outer knees. You can also sit up on a bolster here, and then a little love for those inner thighs. Massage those calves. And if you're not sitting on your bolster, you have an extra one, this would be great here. Instead of taking a really deep angled Baddha Konasana, maybe stay a little more upright today. Taking the forehead to the bolster, allowing the entire spine to be supported and relaxed here. Shoulders soften down and away from the ears. 2 Find a nice deep inhale, a nice full exhale here. If you prefer to find the forward fold in Baddha Konasana, you're welcome to do that. I always imagine in my forward fold this Baddha Konasana as a mommy cave. And after you have your baby, you can put baby right between those legs, creating a new kind of mama cave, a new space of safety and security for your baby as you continue to practice. 2 more breaths. Take a big breath here. Press into the hands. Come all the way upright. Release any props that you may have. Hands come behind you. Feet are going to come to the ground. So knees upright, nice and wide here. We're going to tick-tock the knees to the right and up and all the way over to the left. Keep that press down through the arms as you lift up through the chest. And the next time the knees are over to the left, roll all the way down to the mat. Keep your props accessible. Once on your left side, then roll to the back. Feet are planted on the mat, knees are bent in this bridge prep pose. We're going to be taking a little bit of an active bridge first, and then we'll take a supported bridge. So hands can come down to the mat to support you. Soften the shoulders. The head and neck are connected to the mat. Take an inhale fully into that low belly. Press into the heels and lift the hips away from the mat. So the inhale is down. The exhale, we come all the way up. Take this movement for a few more rounds. The inhale, we release. The exhale, we lift. The next time the hips are lifted, let's pause there. You can stick a block or bolster underneath the low back sacral area to release. Either stay in this supported bridge, or if you are feeling okay and not having any chest heaviness or nausea here, you can draw the knees in, hold the block for support, and take the legs to the sky. Viparita Karani. Another variation of this that would be supported would be to take legs up the wall. So the feet and legs don't have to be active. It's just reversing all the blood flow down out of your legs, back to your baby, back to your own heart. It's just a little thank you to your legs for supporting and carrying you throughout the day. One more big breath here. If you have those legs extended to the sky, slowly bend them in. Plant the one foot and then the other. Once the feet are down and rooted on the mat, take a big inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the pelvis away from your block and remove it. Slowly roll down to a flat spine. We're going to take happy baby here. Knees draw in. And if you can't reach the outer edges of the feet, which might be a little hard now, take a hold of the knees and then draw the knees forward. The heels or the toes can come in towards center as we take this different variation of happy baby. One more breath here. Draw the knees in towards those armpits. Squeeze the low back towards the mat. Take a breath. And feet release down. As we find your favorite variation of Shavasana. You could take a left side lying pose, or even if you have 2 blocks or something like 2 blocks, you can create a ramp with your bolster or pillow. Coming into Queen's pose for our Mother's Day practice. So the sacrum low back will come all the way to that bolster. You can roll up your blanket, set it on top of your feet, and then take the edges of the blankets underneath the legs to support the opening of the inner thighs and relaxation of the outer thighs. Take the hands, walk them all the way back so the entire spine is supported here. You're welcome to take your hands to your low belly to baby. And if the low back hurts here, think of drawing that sacrum towards the heels or putting an extra roll of blanket underneath the low back. And relax and enjoy what we all came here for, Shavasana. Begin to deepen the breath, waking up the body. You're welcome to stay just as you are, or begin to take your hands down to your outer thighs, assisting the knees upright, planting the feet. When you're ready, roll to the left side. Use your hands to assist you to an upright seated position of your choice. Hands to opposite shoulders. May you be safe. Hands to the cheeks. May you be happy. Hands in Anjali Mudra. May you be at peace. From the mother inside me to that mother in you, namaste.